But let's get one thing straight. I'm sad for you. I'm sad for me. I'm sad for Maureen, for Katya. Nico's spirit has departed. Nico is happy now. He's healthy. This is what I believe and seek to understand. Many of you never got to meet Nico. We had to quarantine him to protect him from illness. He was a preemie after all, a preemie with a heart condition. Many of you never got to see his twinkling eyes or his two-toothed smile. Many of you never got to hear his hearty laugh or witness his repertoire of party tricks, which relied heavily on giggling and toe chopping. I think we did see some of that. I'm sorry for that, too. He really was a great kid. He was beautiful, compassionate, and perceptive. He was a fighter. I wanted so much to see what he'd be like as a 4-year-old, as an 8-year-old, as an 18-year-old. If Katya was any indication, I think he'd have been amazing. I wanted to read the books he'd write, to listen to him play the guitar out on the back deck. I wanted to talk with him man to man in the fishing boat. I wanted to be a slow, old first baseman while he darted around left field, robbing home runs and throwing out base runners. I know you all wanted that too. I'm sorry it won't happen. We tried, really we did. I can't tell you why he died. I wish I could. Well, I can tell you one reason. A massive blood clot blocked up his mechanical valve. His medical team was vigilant. They did compressions until all hope was lost. We tried to thank them the best we could given the circumstances. We tried to let them off the hook. I know that reason. The one I don't understand, and probably never will, is a larger question, the metaphysical quandary. Why does a father outlive his son? Whose idea was that? Why does a world so in need of grace and truth and beauty lose someone who clearly loves so much? And what are the rest of us supposed to do now? I know I'm asking questions way beyond my pay grade, but I can't help it. Socrates said that anyone seeking pleasure would find pain commingled with it. C.S. Lewis said that pain is God's megaphone to rouse the deaf world. Well, he certainly has my attention. We're talking now. It's an alternatingly weepy and angry conversation, and probably not too coherent on my end, but we're talking. I still trust him. I still trust that he is good. I still trust that somehow he has our best in all of this. I trust that he loves me as a father loves a son, that his heart breaks as mine does. I understand that Nico was a gift to us, one that we were able to cherish for 4 days shy of 11 months. I understand now that there are no guarantees, and that we had better love with abandon, for what's around the corner is not ours to know. I understand that when we make babies, we don't really have a say in what we get. If we'd been able to check off an order form for Nico to go down line by line and fill it out, I'm pretty sure we'd have passed on the bum ticker. But the genetic combination that resulted in our beautiful, inquisitive, sweet-tempered, blue-eyed boy also featured a partial atrial ventricular septal defect in a heart whose upper left chamber was 2 standard deviations too small. That's the deal. Take it or leave it. Anyone in the same room with Nico for 1 minute understood that he was a perfect baby. People told us all the time that he was strikingly handsome, that his smile was so darling, that his eyes were so blue, that his hair was so thick. He was all the things a baby was supposed to be. He was our sweet boy, bum ticker and all. I don't understand why Nico had to come with the heart he did. I don't understand why he was taken from us now, when we still had so much love to give. But I do understand that unbearable as the pain is now, the pleasure, the love, and the joy he brought into my life was infinitely more. I understand that as acute as the suffering is and as bleak as the world is now, it was worth it to know him for 10 months and 27 days. We miss you, sweet boy. Can't wait to see you again. All my love. Bam. Well, let no one say that God does not understand our suffering. The scriptures are filled with examples of God's people suffering. God understands our suffering. In Christ, as Teresa pointed out, he took on our humanity and he suffered with us. He suffered with us and for us. The Old Testament book of Job, as Dick referenced, is a profound look at suffering. And Job went through a lot. If you've read the account, you know that he went through a lot. And he had these four friends who came to comfort him. And the friends make the classic mistake that I think we're often tempted to make. They just said too much. They tried to make sense for Job, and they said too much. And Job even overspeaks at some point, and he says too much. And then you have this amazing account of God speaking to Job out of the whirlwind. And Job, when he encounters God for who he is, says something like, I will put my hand before my mouth, and I will speak no more. I think that's a healthy response in the face of God. God is speaking to us today out of the whirlwind, and wisdom tells me to speak as little as possible. But there's a few things that just have to be said. There's some things that must be said. And so I'm going to limit my comments to what I think must be said here. What must be said? I think, number one, that on behalf of everyone here, I must express our love to you guys and our love for Nico. And I'll do that in a moment. Number two, on behalf of Adam and Maureen, I must express that God is still on his throne. He's still in control. He's still sovereign. On behalf of Nico, I must tell you that he's okay. Nico is okay, as Adam said, as Adam pointed out. He's with Jesus. And on behalf of God, I must hold out an invitation to you to find the peace that Adam and Maureen and Teresa and Dick and Linda and so many others have. We must hold out that invitation on behalf of God for you. So first, let me express just the love. On behalf of all of these people here, we love you guys. We love you. In this room right now, you have a lot of friends. New friends, old friends. And every person here wishes that they could say the right thing. Every person here wishes that they could do the right thing to make it better. That's what we wish. We don't know what to say. We don't know what to do. But we offer you, every one of us, the gift of ourselves. And we'll be with you through this. We offer you our compassion, our suffering with you. And we commit to find tangible ways to serve you. Teresa made a comment the day after Nico died, where she said, I have to learn how to grieve for a grandson. It's not something you're born knowing how to do, and it's not something we should know how to do. As Steve pointed out, this is not something we were created for. No one knows how to do this. We were created for the Garden of Eden, you know? We were created for heaven. And in the middle of that, in the middle of the tragedy of the Garden of Eden, and in the middle of the beauty of what heaven holds for us in this time here,